Hey, sorry it's been a month since I've uploaded anything. I've been, busy living my life, so, you have a pretty decent excuse there. Um, Kostas. I have never... Well, I've done, like, a couple streams and I think, like, a video on JTO before. I've played a lot of Roblox obbies. I've been playing them on and off for, like, 2 or 3 years now. And Kostas is one of my favorite. I love this game. Very cool towers. And the summer update slapped this year. So I thought, you know what? I need to get some editing practice. So we're going to be ranking every tower from worst to best. And I mean every tower, even the one that no one knows about. My least favorite steeple this update was mini steeple of Let's All Swim. Okay, now, the good things, I like the concept. The idea of having to climb to the top of, like, a floor, you touch the button, you walk a little bit, and then you're at the next floor. I think it's kind of cool, not really a tower, but with this game, I've given up on ever getting a normal tower, so... My issue with the tower, or steeple, same thing, is that if you fail at, like, the purple floor, you have to restart from the blue floor. That's pretty annoying. If you fail at the green floor, you have to restart from the blue floor. That's pretty annoying. If you fail at any point on this tower, you basically have to restart from the beginning. Now there is a few jumps where you could save yourself on, like, the little area beneath the jumping section, the parkour, the obby. That never happened to me. And maybe it's just because all of the difficult jumps are above the water, but you will never... If you fall, you have to restart the tower. Now, the gameplay isn't too bad. I enjoyed it. Now, luckily, when I was recording this for a second time, I beat the tower in, like, 5 minutes, because on my, like, 4th attempt, I lucked out and just did it in, like, one shot. But the first time I tried to beat this thing, it took me, like, an hour, or not an hour, like 30 minutes or something. And also, the design's okay. There's nothing super unique. It's a pretty standard tower design. Overall, I think just adding, like, maybe a net, or, like... And this is a crazy idea. But maybe once you hit the buttons, it should keep the ramp to the next area open until, you know, I'm just saying. Now, that might make the tower more of a hard difficulty. I don't care. Please. This is way too punishing for... And there's lots of punishing towers in this game, but this just felt a little too cruel for what was supposed to be a not too difficult tower. Mini Steeple of Neapolitan Simplicity is a fine steeple. I think the inside segments are a little bit clunky. They just don't exactly feel right. I think the pink inside's pretty decent, but besides that, they just felt a little bit off. All of the outside stuff is fine. The idea is pretty cool, and I think the design's okay. Overall, it's just a very average tower. I didn't realize this until much later, but this is the only tower, as far as I know, that you actually play from the completion area, which is a really cool gimmick, so I do gotta give it some extra points for that, but it isn't the fact that this steeple is bad, it's just that it's pretty average and doesn't do much special compared to everything else. Still a fun time playing it, and I would recommend. Mini Steeple Volleyball Outskirts sucks. I don't... I gotta give credit where the tower deserves it. I think the first outside section is okay. There's this weird, like, swingy part that I struggled with for a while, but once you learn it, it's fine. The rest of it's pretty easy. I think you have a little inside section, that's fine, nothing bad there. And then you have this really cool part where you, like, roll down the second half of the tower. Very good tower so far. Very enjoyable. I think the concept, it's pretty original. You know, I like it. The design is okay. Nothing too special. Pretty good, though, still. And then we get to the second half. What the hell happened? Like, the design is still good, the idea is still unique, but come on. I'm also gonna mention it here. There is 3 towers in the summer update that used a kind of double jump, orb jump, whatever you want to call it, mechanic. This was the only time that mechanic actually annoyed me. Other times I thought it was cool, I thought it added some spice, some detail. Here, I could not stand the double jumps because the first half felt a little too low. The gravity was a little heavy, and then the second half it was like, they give you a little too much bounce. I can't, it's so... Because the thing is, it had the potential to be really good, but the second half is so much harder than the first half. Like, I can play some pretty difficult towers, and this still was really, like, this just felt too hard compared to the first half of the tower. And that's fine. The thing is, the first half of the tower, there was an outside section, but it was shorter than the outside section here. Every jump, there is not one jump in the second half that you can recover from. Like, if you fall, you're restarting from the beginning of the second half, and thank God for that checkpoint, because if there wasn't a checkpoint at the second half, I would not have beaten this tower. It's fine. I'm definitely blowing it out of proportion, but still, I feel like just if they nerfed the gameplay a little bit, it would definitely help the tower. Still not bad, but God, the second half just kills this tower for me. Mini Tower of the Desert Sun is a pretty good tower. I liked it. I thought it was pretty solid. My only real complaint with the tower is it feels really short for a tower. Like, most of the towers this update took me like 3-ish minutes or something like that. And this one just, it didn't take very much time, and that's fine, but I still wish it was a little bit longer. The design is good. The desert theme isn't super unique, but I liked it, so we'll go with it. And the gameplay was pretty good. I don't really have any major complaints with the tower. It's a pretty good tower all around. My only real issue is, like I said, well, besides it not being very long, is it doesn't really have any gimmick or thing to set it aside from the other very unique towers this update. Besides that, very good tower. Still recommend. Mini Steeple of Picnic is, well, I beat it in under a minute, so it's a fine steeple. I mean, it's kind of like Tower of the Desert Sun. Like, it's good, but blink and you'll miss it. I think this one's gameplay is a little bit more engaging. I think the theme's a little bit more unique. I think the design's a little bit of a downgrade, but 2 is better than 1, so overall, I give the edge to Mini Steeple of Picnic. Mini Tower of Beach Towel is a really good tower with one major issue, because the gimmick is amazing. So this tower has like these swings. I don't know what the actual name for them is, so I'm just gonna call them like swings. And they use them in super cool, unique, and creative ways. Like, some of them are used to get you like halfway across the map. They're really cool. There's one part at the end, my talking probably won't go long enough to show it, but they use like these red swings as like traps. Amazing. I love that section. My issue with this tower, I had no idea where I was going on my first attempt. This tower is so confusing. Because it uses a lot of buttons, and buttons are fine, you know. I like them because, you know, they typically kind of work as like nets, they let you restart. You get it. But, oh, I can't. For example, I think it's in like the green area, it's in one of the areas. You press this one button, and then you like look around, and it's pretty confusing, but eventually you're like, okay, so that down there changed, so you backtrack a little bit, you do the new section, and then you hit another button. And you know, you're thinking, oh, okay, so there's probably like something else probably changed in this area, and that leads me to the final button. Nope, you just go straight to the blue area. Like, I can't. Like, and that's fine if you know what's coming. But even on my second attempt, I didn't know what was coming. If you don't get what I'm talking about, I recommend you play Kostas, get like 6 mini towers completed. It might be a little bit difficult, but you got this. And then try this tower. You will understand what I'm talking about. Or if you've already beaten this tower and you still don't get what I'm talking about, have one of your friends play this tower. I guarantee you or your friend will be very confused on where to go. Besides that, I think the concept is really good. It's really original. I don't think many towers have used swings like this before. It seems like a pretty unique concept. The design, it's a bit basic, but it does its job. It's pretty good. Like, my only real complaint is just I wish it was a little bit less confusing. Other than that, amazing tower. I would really recommend you go try this one out. It is, even with all the confusing stuff, it is a blast to play. So, I have to come clean with this tower. So I might have been doing the tower wrong for like 50 minutes. So, on my first attempt, and I'm gonna... Mini Tower of Brisk Propulsions has one big issue. I didn't know that you had to unlock the zip line. Now there's the zip line right at the beginning. And my first or like second time playing the tower, it worked. Like, I didn't have to unlock it, and I could still zip line to the next section. I don't know how. I've done it before, too. I've done it multiple times. You just don't have to unlock it. Which is an issue, because turns out so I could have saved so much time if I knew I had to unlock the zipline. I can't. So, this rating might be a little bit skewed. Like, just move it up like 1 or 2 spots if you think this rating is a little bit off. I think the tower's gameplay is very good. I think it has good gimmicks. I think it performs everything it wants to do very good. The gameplay, amazing. The zipline unlocking section maybe could have used like a hint or something, since it's a little out of the way. I think the design's okay, nothing too unique. I mean, it's pretty cool design though, I will admit. Also, just I have to bring this up. Best Sonic song. I can't, like, Windmill Island's Day. Whoever was cooking in the Sonic Unleashed studio, that man needed a raise. He did not get paid nearly enough. I can't. I'm sorry. Little bit of a rant there. The tower's good though. I like the colors. It's very pretty. If you try to sequence break, it just brings you to like high catastrophic difficulty gameplay. I don't like. So that's pretty funny. Overall, it's a good tower. I think maybe like a safety net or 2 would have helped it a lot. Still though, I would recommend you give the tower a try. It's pretty fun. Mini Steeple of Underwater Explorations is very good. It's a good steep. I don't. I did this. I I could compare a lot between this steeple and the next one. They are both very, very similar in quality, and I liked both of them. But I'm just gonna talk about this one for now. I'll do a little bit more comparing with the next one. I think the gameplay is good. I love the click blocks. I think it's super cool, it's super fluent, not too difficult. They keep it simple, nothing too extreme. It gives the tower a bit of a unique gimmick without doing anything too crazy, keeping it mostly a normal tower. Or steeple, sorry. It's good, I don't got much to say. I mean, I think the design, it's nothing too special. There's like this tower thing in the middle which looks a little bit off, but I mean, it's fine. And the originality, I mean, I've seen some underwater steeples, towers before, so it's nothing too original, but still very good, very well executed. I would recommend it. Just a solid steeple. Mini Steeple of Swaying Palms is just like Mini Steeple of Underwater Exploration, except it's green, it's above ground, it has Kirby music, and I like the gimmick a little bit more. Like, between every tower I've ranked so far, these two are the closest. Like, you could put one over the other, and I wouldn't mind. I think these two towers are both very good, but this one goes crazy with the double jumps, or jump orb. I really gotta know the official name for these things. But like, it starts off, it just introduces it to you nice and easy. And yes, there's two other towers that use these things, but both of them have way more issues than this one, and this one uses them much more effectively. The gameplay is very unique. There's this one section where you gotta like push these boxes, but you gotta use like the jump orbs in a unique way. Just a very good, well-designed tower. The gameplay is fantastic. I really wish there was a net. Like, it wasn't... Underwater exploration, like, it probably could have used maybe, like, a little bit more recovery, a little bit less punishing. This one really needs it, though. Just like, I feel like if they made the gameplay a little bit less difficult, it would be an amazing tower. But for now, it's a very, very solid steeple. Heavily recommend both Underwater Exploration and Swaying Palms. Mini Steeple Fish Heaven is... It's good. I don't know what to say. Like, I think the gimmick is really well done. The colors are cool. It's a pretty original idea. And the decoration, it's good for a pretty basic steeple. I like it. I don't... Like, it's just a solid steeple. It is stupid easy, which is why I died like 18 times, but... Yeah, if you can't tell, I was getting used to playing with OBS open, so I was a little bit, laggy at the time. I kind of got used to it as I continued to play. Still, it's a very good steeple. It might be really easy, but I did enjoy it a lot, so... Yeah, I'd recommend checking this one out. Mini Steeple of Balloon Flight is just... I don't... I don't know how this got here. I just like the steeple, man. The gameplay is pretty decent. I know about the clickable objects at first, so I was trying to do like a 13 stud jump to get to the ending, which did not work. It is heavily safety netted. You could beat this in like 50 seconds. The originality is pretty good. I like the design. The gameplay is pretty fun. Somehow this is a top 5 tower. It is very fun though. Go check it out. Mini Steeple of Surfs Up has my favorite gimmick in this event. I love these note blocks. I think it's a super fun gimmick as well. Like, it works well for gameplay. It's engaging. They mix it up. You have these note blocks which only activate if you jump. It's perfect. Magnum opus. Amazing. Peak fiction. The tower is really good though. I thoroughly enjoyed this tower. The only reason it isn't any higher is because I felt like the design was a little bit lacking compared to the final few towers, and like the sections are netted. You can recover if you have like a couple really bad falls. It'll just send you to the beginning of the section, you know? And that's amazing. I love that they did that. But it does mean the gameplay can be a little bit unfair, but it's fine. It still is really fun. It's a super original tower. I think the theming, they could have done a little bit more. Like, yeah, there's some cool, like, ocean stuff. There's a little bit of surfing, but I feel like they could have leaned a little bit more into the beach theme. Still, amazing tower. If you were gonna check out, and I mean this for the next 4 towers, if I'm being honest, check out all of these towers, but especially this one. This is some of the most fun I've ever had playing a tower. It felt super refreshing, it felt good, it felt clean. I cannot recommend this tower enough. Mini Steeple of Rocky Road. This tower has to be the most gimmicky tower. I think I said that about the last one. Screw that. This one wins that competition. I'm gonna list off all the gimmicks in this tower. So we have these blocks where if you jump, it switches between 2 different versions of the blocks. I think there's a really cool puzzle involving this one. Then you get inside and you have to hit like 4 buttons in 10 seconds in order to progress to the next floor. Then you gotta fill like a car up with gas. And then deliver it as like a push block. And then after that, you have like these blocks where like they switch if you touch them. And then you gotta push another block across those things. And then you unlock like the final section, which is this really, really cool like spinning road stuff. Like, I wish I got better footage of this, but it kind of broke on my 2nd and 3rd attempt, so... I'll come back to that, but it's just such a cool ending to a really good tower, and I think the design is really well done. It is super original. This tower is a very unique experience. This is one I'm glad I played. Now there is one issue with this tower. So as I was playing it, the final section broke. Now, my first attempt, I messed it up. I was kind of like, ah, man, okay. You know, I reset the tower, and the top section just completely broke. I don't know if I have footage of it. If you're not seeing it, that's why. But I just couldn't finish the tower. It was too broken. Still, a very good tower. And stuff like this isn't too uncommon in any type of obby. And I can't complain that much, since it was kind of my fault for goofing up the easy ending segment. Still though, I mean it, go check it out. This is a really, really unique tower. Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing this one. And with that, we're on to the top 2. Mini Steeple of Hats for Caps is some of the best gameplay I've experienced in Kostas. Like, this steeple is really, really good. Like, every tower and steeple in this event has been pretty consistently good. Like, there's a couple... Like there's a tower and maybe a steeple that I wasn't a massive fan of, but even still, they weren't bad. And all of them have had pretty unique gimmicks, pretty unique designs. So This event is crazy that it's this good. But this steeple is something else entirely. I mean, I could see this being just a part of the game permanently. Like some of these other steeples, it's like this feels like it's a bit too reliant on the summer event. But like, this feels like it is easily a part of Kosta's. This could be one of the most iconic steeples in this entire game. Because, and I'm gonna tell you how this gameplay is banging, okay? So we have these outside sections. And they're pretty solid outside sections. They're decently punishing, but, and I know, this is gonna be crazy. You can hit buttons to go inside the tower. Like, you finish an outside section, and then you can go into the tower for, like, a little bit of a... And the tower gameplay's good, too. That's where most stuff misses the mark. It'll have decent outside gameplay, but the inside of the tower is doo-doo. But here they really outdid themselves with this tower. I don't think there's any jumps I could think of which I didn't like. This is how you do a tower. This is how you do a steeple. You don't just make it outside gameplay. You mix in a little bit of inside gameplay. You have some good checkpoints. This, in my opinion, is the perfect introductory steeple. This is what people should be seeing when they play this game. I'm making a political speech over here on Kosta's tower logic. I'm just gonna say it too. This tower, I'm a hat fan now, man. I'm a hat fan. I'm just saying. Also, the music is really good. It's a super original idea. I like the design of the tower. My only real complaint is the outside sections look a little bit bland. Like it's nothing that destroys my rating of the tower, but I feel like the color is just a little dry compared to the actual tower. And I feel like the outside could use a little bit more decoration. Still though, this is a good tower. This is a steeple you need to play. And before I get to the final tower steeple, I don't know what to consider this. I do want to say, go play the summer update. There's a lot of hard work put into this event. It's consistently really, really good towers and steeples. Even if I gave something a low rating, that is... Nothing here is atrociously bad. At most, it's a little bit below average. So, even if you don't... And it's an easy event too, so even if you don't have the obby skills, just beat 6 mini towers so you can play this event. I promise you it's worth it. This is some of the most fun I've had playing any game on Roblox. That being said, on to number 1. Whimsical Tower is one, if not the best looking tower in Kosta's right now. This... You're looking at it, you can tell it's pretty. I mean, and I should bring this up, the gameplay is also really good. Like, technically, I think the tower would be a neat because it feels really small. But, damn. I mean, the gameplay is fun. It's kind of punishing, but it's not too hard, so everything balances out. And just, I mean, the design and originality is out of this world. I'm not trying to have some over-dramatic ending, but this is a really, really good-looking tower. And with that intro section to the tower I did, you should be able to figure out where it is. And now that you know about that, please check out this tower. It's worth it. You might not get much for beating it except a badge, but the experience is worth it. With that being said, thank you for watching the video. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, and I'm trying to kind of fix that. I should have a video on Eyes coming out in like a week, maybe. I don't know, depends on when I finish the 10th chapter, but... And the Terraria Bows only video should probably take about 2 weeks. I might upload some other videos in between them. It took me like 3 days to make this entire video, which for the length and quality I got is pretty fair. And so I might do a couple more videos on Kostas or other tower games. So if you have any recommendations on videos you want me to do, leave a comment down below. Until then, make sure to check out Kostas. Make sure to support all of the summer creators. My name is TNTs. I suck at making outros, and I'll see you guys next time.